Welcome to what I think is episode 8 of the Belt Chronicles. Like I said, I shoot these in like a block. I'll shoot 3 or 4 episodes at once, and then I'll upload them, one a week. So I'm pretty sure this is episode 8 because the Undisputed was episode 6. Winged Eagle is supposed to be episode 7. I think this is episode 8, and episode 9 is supposed to be the Big Green, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check my notes. So I believe this is episode 8, but what we're focusing on today is the block logo WWF Intercontinental. This is mine from Classic Shields that I got the summer of 23, and it's an HD replica. It's a really, really nice replica, and we're going to get into some specifics on this belt. It's another Reggie Parks design, same as the red logo, but little tweaks that Reggie made. So there is like your standard run-of-the-mill black strap. I should say there's two, because some people do a round cut, some people do a square cut. I prefer the square cut, and what I mean by that is up here at the top. So there is a version that's rounded like a dome up here, and I don't think it looks as good, but that's just me. But anyway, back to specs. Like when you look at the square cut, you're supposed to, and both of them are 2x8 and 2x5 on the female snaps 2x5, male snaps 2x8. They all have belt tips. They all have this Intercontinental property plate, that sort of thing. When you get to the round cut, however, and I'll put a photo up of Razor with it, this WWF logo is supposed to be inverted. For some reason, I think Reggie made a mistake, or Reggie just felt like throwing a curveball. But I'll put a photo up with Razor having it, and you can see it is the round cut. And the WWF logo, instead of being flush with the rest of the main plate and having this negative space behind the WWF, it's the opposite. It's like the red logo, where the WWF is etched down in there, and you can kind of see the way it catches the light. So that's a round strap variant, the round top. And when you get with the round cut, this little channel here on these side plates is left unpainted. But when it goes to the square cut, they're supposed to be painted in. So that's just a small little difference. And there's also one other version on the black strap. Well, there's actually three. Jesus Christ. I'm thinking of them over my head now without even looking at my notes. There's 3 other black strap variants. The first one that I want to touch on, because it's similar to this, is there is a version that had the inverted logo, but it's on a square cut. So you had a round cut version that had the inverted logo, and you also had a different version that was a square cut that had the inverted logo, and that was around in 1995. Royal Rumble 95 to be specific. It's also 2x5 and 2x8, but the leather cut is wider. It's taller, so you see more of this clamshell tooling. Razor had it, Jeff Jarrett had it, and I've heard Shawn Michaels had it, but I can't find any photos of Shawn with it. Inverted WWF logos. The side plates are painted in on that one. But here's another little difference. I think, I'll get to my theory here in a second, but just sticking to specs and facts here. The side plates are the same size on all 4 side plates. Because what I think Reggie did was he accidentally made a set of red logo plates and just didn't paint the red logo in, and sent those side plates out with it, and they're all the same size. And like I said, this is supposed to be painted in on this Jeff Jarrett Razor Ramon variant. But those are basically the main differences. It is a square cut. It is a wider, taller cut. It is painted in, still 2x8 and 2x5. And the WWF logo is inverted on that. So that covers 3 of them. You're sort of run-of-the-mill round black strap. You're run-of-the-mill square black strap. And then there's the oops version, I guess, with the inverted logo and the square cut that Jeff Jarrett and Razor had. So the next version that we're going to talk about is the white version, the white strap. The reason why I'm starting with that one or moving to that one next is because that one, the white strap was also a round cut. The white strap has a rounded top It has black backing. You'll see this photo of Marty Jannetty holding it up. Looks to be on an episode of Raw. Um, the side plates are unpainted here. It still is 2x5 and 2x8. And there's only one version of the white strap that I can find. There may be one or two, but don't quote me on that. I'm just going off what I can find. So the white strap, just to recap, round cut, black backing. These are unpainted, these side plates. Still 2x5 over here. Still 2x8 over there. And that is pretty much it as far as specs on that one. Now we go to the baby blue, which Shawn Michaels had. The baby blue version is still 2x5 and 2x8. It is a square cut. And this channel here on these side plates is painted in. So, and the backing on that is black too. I was able to get a photo of the back of that belt with Shawn. I think it was when he was using it as a mirror to look at himself. I was able to get a photo of the backing, and it is black. Same thing with the next version, which is the Ultimate Warrior's yellow version. That one is still 2x5 and 2x8. Everyone knows that version. It's synonymous with WrestleMania 6 in Toronto. The side plates are painted in. You can see that on the WrestleMania 6 poster that I'll put up. They are painted in. It, like I said, if I haven't said it already, it is still 2x5 and 2x8. This is painted in, and the backing is black. So, there is the late 97 version, which is the version. So here's the story on this from what I understand. This is from Steve Austin's own mouth. Steve gets dropped on his head at SummerSlam 97 wrestling Owen Hart. And when he sees Vince backstage, I think Vince may have been on commentary for that. I don't remember. But he saw Vince backstage and he said, "I'm keeping that damn belt." Because Steve thought, I got injured winning this thing, and, I was able to finish the match. I'm keeping that belt as a trophy. And so Vince had to get another belt made. He had to call up Reggie Parks to get another belt if he didn't already have one. And this version is kind of similar to the Jeff Jarrett inverted logo version in one way. It's also a taller, wider cut. You can see more of the tooling. And it does have black backing, obviously, as a black strap. It is still 2x5 over here and 2x8 on the male end. The side plates are left unpainted on that. This is the version that like Owen has. Austin obviously has it. Like I said, The Rock, when he forfeited the belt to The Rock, that's the one The Rock had. You can see Rock had some pictures with it. And then there's the Goldust version that Goldust and Ahmed Johnson had. And that one is obviously all gold. So these side plates are left unpainted. It's still 2x5 and 2x8 on your snap counts. And let's see here. There's one other thing I was going to... this is currently owned by Conrad Thompson. The backing is black. So those are just some things that I want to just sort of throw at you. And then there's one last version that I want to talk about because it's so different compared to the others. So the Rick Rude version, and I've seen photos of this, and it is 2x5 over here on the female snaps. Your property plate, if you notice in the picture I'm putting up here, the property plate where it says WWF is still painted in, but Intercontinental is left unpainted. So I don't know if that's something that whoever had it, whether it was Rude or whoever he won it from, but it's missing the black paint in here. So the side plates are painted in on that version. It is 2x5, like I said, but you also notice some tooling differences in here. There are these little like diamond patterns. These little diamond patterns that are on the corners of where the property plate goes, right? And here, and here, right? And you could see it. This is the only version of the belt that I've seen like that I can get a definitive shot of it. But what makes it unique as well is the snap count on the male side. So instead of the standard 2x8, Reggie Parks did 2x12. I don't know why. I don't know if that's because Rick Rude has such a slim waist that they were trying to really taper it in and bring it as close to his waist as they could, or if it was for a much bigger person. And we'll see that happen on the NWA Luger US, where they actually added snaps to get it to fit a much larger wrestler. So I don't know if it was to taper it in around a guy with a slim waist like Rick Rude as best as they could, or if it was to accommodate somebody who's larger, like let's say Honky Tonk Man. But that's all I got on this. This is episode 8. I just looked at my notepad. This is episode 8. Episode 9 is going to be on the big green, and I'll see you guys on that video.